Hi everyone, it's Destiny Moon again. I am going to be interviewing Han Nguyen today. Han is a Tucson resident, a local business owner, a performing artist, filmmaker, and aspiring writer. Her passion is connecting with and contributing to her community through service and participation. Han's choreographed American Sign Language performances have not only spanned over 2 decades, but have also helped raise thousands of dollars for local and international charitable and community organizations. I am so excited to sit with Han, and we will be sipping a drink that combines 2 of my favorite things, Espresso Vodka.
Hi.
Hi, Han. How are you?
Fantastic.
Good.
How are you, love?
I'm great. Thanks for meeting with me here today. What is the thing that you are most passionate about?
What I'm most passionate about is connecting with people, connecting with my community. So I try to be very present with people. So that's my passion.
So it sounds like you have found in whatever it is that you're doing in life, you make that connection.
Yeah, so my life, in looking back, has been chock full of vividly colorful, wildly unimaginable experiences. I've always been a little more curious and daring than I am fearful, just slightly.
So tell me how you started with performance art and using American Sign Language.
When I was a kid, though, I've always been very passionate about sign language. I thought it was a very beautifully expressive language. What really did it for me was meeting a deaf man who was part of the congregation. And as I watched, he was very much isolated and ostracized only because nobody was able to communicate with him. There was that barrier there. He started becoming very comfortable with me over time. So as I am spelling words out to him, he would give me the sign. So like literally learning sign on the fly. I knew enough sign to start integrating that through the music, what I was feeling from the inside. It was like I could see what music would look like. There's this thing that I'm doing that has opened the door for people to be able to share what it was that touched them so deeply. So when I'm on that stage and when I feel that the channel of the energy open up, I feel just this intense connection with my audience.
Now your new passion, writing. When did all that start? And how is that going?
So my family history is there were 3 generations of my family, my grandparents, my parents, and myself, that were we're all first generation immigrants to America. Mm-hmm. We were part of the mass exodus out of Vietnam at the end of the Vietnam War there.
Okay.
I felt a passion to record some of my family's history before the history gets lost, right? About how we became Americans. Like, my parents are the story bearers right now. They have all the memories and the stories. We were too young, us kids. So my grandparents had passed, their stories are gone. So my parents are aging, and I was like, wow, soon we're going to lose all of this history, all of the stories. So I started recording, and I've got a notebook full of notes and things that I would write. And wow, that was fascinating for me to get like a formal history of what we actually lived through in that time period. Refugees in Guam for a while, and then sponsors in Savannah, Georgia, sponsoring us into the country. So I've got all that documented. But then I let it sit, and recently I had experienced a series of events with relationship breakups. Long-term partner and I split up. So basically, first time in my adult life, I saw my life just boom, shatter apart right before my eyes. I really have this desire to not repeat the same lessons over again. I want to make new experiences, new things, and become the best version of this human condition as I possibly can, right? I get the inspiration now of how to develop the story that had been sitting for a couple years. The epiphany for me, the enlightenment of this, my whole life of searching. I was the first generation of the Vietnamese American kids in the public school system. Growing up with my peers and having them talk about their family history and how long they've been rooted in America, I never felt like I could identify with that. yeah, then the gay thing, then searching about that whole question of who am I again, right? So I get with a partner. Part of that searching for who I am was we dove into the spiritual life together. And then that also led to the documentary film that I made that had the world premiere here at the Loft Cinema. I love that. So we made my ex-partner look like a man. He was my husband. We were missionaries from Vietnam, and we infiltrated a multi-million-dollar evangelical mega church in Texas. Yeah. So we had no idea how the social experiment was going to go. It was just strictly that, a social experiment. And lo and behold, we were accepted and taken into the inner circle of the leadership of this evangelical church. Crazy. Yeah. So we were there for about 6 months, and at the end of the 6-month period was, we knew that the point was already proven, now the exit strategy, what are we gonna do? I thought about it, and she goes, well, maybe we should just slip away quietly. We've already proven our point. We've got all of this, our experiences on film. And I told my partner at the time, I said, no way. I said, our people have left the church this way in silence for way too long. So on a Sunday morning service, full church house, right before they take the offering, we stand up and come out to the entire congregation and made it out of there alive to tell about it now. So I said to God, I'm like, whoa, if this is so wrong here, what we're doing, I need you to stop it, because I don't know how to stop it. I just feel very compelled to do what we're doing. And do you know, after I prayed that, Destiny, when I told God, stop this, do you know there was a slew of events that was so favorable to us. It was like these people were pouring favor into us. The church had a prophet that was visiting from another state. Not that this prophet was being shown by God that, there were 2 women infiltrating the church, but he had a word, a powerful prophecy that he spoke over us. So, that was the sign. So that period in my life was like a reconciling and an awakening that I had never experienced before. And really, it shook me and strengthened me to the core. After that, I felt like there was nothing more that I could be afraid of. I'm Asian, I'm a lesbian, I'm short, I'm mouthy.
And I love all of these things about you. And I like being able to sit and cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.